Hello everyone, Quirk here and welcome back again with another Girls Frontline 2 video. So currently, there will be a huge amount of quality of life improvements in the upcoming updates. Hey you watcher, you don't have any platoon yet? Join mine, it will be in the description below. Requirements? We don't have requirements, just go! Okay, back to the video. So basically, the dev actually announced the next character that is coming to Girls Frontline 2 after Resi. Yes, you hear that right, the next character, but you think they're just going to give you the exact name of that character? No, you need to decipher the CIA level of Morse code, and if you did, there will be more. But don't worry folks, there are a lot of big brains in Girls Frontline 2, so let's go and check it out. Okay, the first contestant. If you do the Morse code backwards, you would actually get 416. So if you don't know 416, it's Klukai. Next contestant, Slow Rider, Crackpot Theory. Wait, is that real? Well, it turns out Crackpot Theory is actually real. Okay, so they said Crackpot Theory for the Morse code. Code is 811694. Okay, there we go. We got the clues, everybody. 811 in the alphabet would have been HK, okay? 6 could be just 6, okay? 4 is 5, and 65 is HK416 number for Girls Frontline 1. So it all leads to HK416. And the last one will be the most reputable member here and also CN player, 811964. HK, okay, there we go. It still leads to Klukai, everybody. So after Resi, we're going to get Klukai, which is the most broken character or AoE dealer. Let's go to the next part of the video. This is the part where I say that you need to save and also pull at least one copy of Klukai for your account. I'm going to suggest that you should get Klukai whether you're a meta player or not. But if you're a meta player and you need some more information, so Klukai is still the best character in the game. She's still on T0 ever since she was released on CN. And yes, this tier list is created by a CN player. And that means they got to experience the future contents that is not yet available on the global version, which is super good. Whether you're a meta player or a casual player, I will suggest getting Klukai because she's kind of future-proof character. Now let's go and talk about, is duplicate needed for Klukai? So whether you're a free-to-play player or low spender, this is the question that you guys need to ask yourself every single time for every character. But in the case of Klukai, duplicates are very good upgrades, but it is not necessary because the base version of Klukai is actually good enough. So whether you're a free-to-play player or a low spender, I suggest getting more characters than getting their duplicates. And I know a lot of people are talking about V3 and V6 because those are the best duplicates for Klukai. So if you're planning to whale, V3 and V6 is the best duplicates for Klukai. Now let's go and talk about her duplicates and what does it do. So let's start with her first duplicate. So V1. V1 only doubles her skill to poison and has added extra poisoning to all surrounding caster too, which is not bad but not exactly a necessary upgrade for Klukai. Okay, now let's go and talk about her V2. Her V2 gives her 3 stacks of her passive corrosion buff right away when the battle starts. It also increases the max stack by +4. It also now lowers the cooldown of the ultimate by 2 CD instead of 1. So every 3 application of corrosion damage, you can spam her ultimate. But that's not all, everybody. It also adds more poison debuff and her passive does by lowering enemy defense. Okay, now the most controversial part, the V3, which is the best or one of the best duplicate for Klukai. So her V3 makes it every enemy hit by her ultimate damage increased by +10%. And also if the boss is hit, it instantly gets the 50% buff. Did you know that bosses also allow the ultimate to be instantly used for its second time even if you only hit the boss? Yes, and also it applies a large defense debuff and extra poison debuff to the boss. Those extra debuffs also apply in all situations where at least 2 targets are hit. Again, duplicates are not necessary for Klukai. Klukai's V0 is actually good enough. And V3 is only good if you like Klukai as a bossing unit. Now let's go and talk about her V4. It increases her skill 1 base damage to 100% attack, and the more stack of poison debuff on the target, the more damage it will do. If the enemy is also weak to corrosion, it will ignore 15% of cover damage reduction too, which is super good, but not a necessary upgrade. Now let's go and talk about her V5. V5 increases the AoE size of her skill 2 by +2, which is super insane if you ask me for a Curse Frontline 2 character. Now, a 5 AoE circle and not even an ultimate, take note of that, while also buffing its base damage to 110%. It increases how strong its poison debuff is, and also if the target already has a poison debuff, it also added its poison debuff again before it hits. The poison debuff also gains an additional effect of increasing all damage taken by +30% if it comes from any of Klukai's attack, which is including the ultimate spam. So basically, you will use the V2 on her V5, which is super cool. Now let's go and talk about her V6. V6 is actually the best or one of the best vertebrae or also the duplicates for Klukai. So her V6 make it so that her ultimate ignores damage reduction from cover. For example, the enemy is taking cover on the wall and Klukai is actually going to ignore that. It was going to get the normal size of amount of damage her ultimate does. So that's insane. It also increases the already huge AoE width from 5 to 7 tiles wide, and also applies the fear debuff to all the enemy that got hit by her ultimate. Her various poison also trigger on the death of enemies now too. It also spread poison further to the enemy, which is super insane. So now that you actually know the benefit of each vertebrae or the duplicate for the kit of Klukai, is it worth it to get the V6 if you're free to play? If you ask me, I'm going to get more characters than get a max duplicate for a broken character just for one team. For example, you can just use that pose for Vector and Springfield, which is an enabler for Fire and Hydro team. Basically, V6 Klukai is actually good if you're a whale. But if you're a low spender and free to play, don't be a FOMO, guys. Don't be a FOMO. If you're free to play and want to collect all the dolls or characters, it's V0 Klukai is good enough. I guess I help you to decide whether you're going to get her V3 or V6 if you're a free to play or low spender. But if you're a whale, don't think about it. V6, let's go. V6 is actually broken, guys. Or not that broken, but yeah, insane damage or an insane upgrade for Klukai, not gonna lie. But if you're free to play, it's not worth it though. I will suggest that you go and pull for Vector, Springfield, and other characters that is an enabler for a certain team, right? That's a good investment for free to play players. But anyways, that's it. Have fun and see you guys on the next one. Peace out.